had the world watching for a while now. They criticize my every move, and maybe I'm going out of style now, but that's alright when I'm with you. And the world don't need to know for a minute, but my world's been so much better with you in it. I talk too much, I shouldn't say so soon, but I know I'm falling for you. We're falling in love in the dark. We're watching the world fall apart. We won't be their heroes, but we're the star of our own show. I'll give you the keys to my heart. In the dark, in the dark, in the dark, in the dark. When I'm with you, my heart flutters. You're the type of guy to make me wonder. It's probably too good to be true, but I know I'm falling for you. Falling in love in the dark. We're watching the world fall apart. Oh, we won't be their heroes. We're the star of our own show. I'll give you the keys to my heart. In the dark, in the dark, in the dark, oh, in the dark. The world's been telling us that we ain't it, just a bunch of no good degenerates. And maybe they won't love us back, but when I'm with you, I'm fine with that. I'll give you the keys to my heart. In the dark, in the dark, in the dark, in the dark. We're falling in love in the dark. We're watching the world fall apart. We won't be their heroes, but we're the star of our own show. Give you the keys to my heart. In the dark. Welcome to another episode of Pearl Daily, everybody. I'm very excited. I have the piano now. So I'm ready for my Taylor Swift era, and you're all just going to have to deal with it. I was thinking, if you guys, for fun, to start the show, if you give me a word in the chat, I will make a song out of it. Now, I can't promise this will be a good song. This could be a very bad song. This could be what you call trash. I can't promise. I really can't promise that. But, give me, I'm not doing hibiscus. Okay, give me a normal word. I don't know what hibiscus means. Is that like a fruit? Flower. That's a flower? Kitchen, okay, I can do kitchen. The Sisterhood Kitchen. Okay. Oh, I forgot this key gets caught. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. snitching, bitches. Give me another word, guys, in the chat. Ooh, we're snitching on that page called what? Wait. We're snitching on that page called Are We Dating This Same Guy? Now all these guys are gonna go home and cry. 'Cause we are kinda cruel. We're acting like a fool. But these are the women in this generation, always falling into temptation. She belongs to the streets. She belongs to the streets and she can't help it. Hoeing is her favorite thing, she felt it. She belongs to the streets. You can't compete. Trying to make a wife out of a hoe. That's how the hell it goes. Simp. Okay, you could do. This is my simp. So if I was going to do a simp song, it'd be like this. Have you heard the song that's like, this is my fight song? I would do, this is my simp song. And then I would rewrite it that way. That's kind of how I would do it. All right, I'm done for today, but I am in my Taylor Swift era, and you guys are just going to have to deal with it. You really are. I mean, I really wanted this to be like a conservative Tonight Show. Now that Jimmy Fallon just got taken down. But the problem is a band like costs money, and I was demonetized for a year and a half, so I don't really have like, I mean, I do okay. I have one guy in here, but if we start getting a whole crew, I don't have that kind of money. So I've taken piano lessons for like a year. If you'll notice, people said I kind of disappeared, and I did disappear to take piano and guitar lessons because I had this idea in my head of a one-man band. Oh, let's start a band. Oh, okay, sure. You internet stranger, the week after another YouTuber got assassinated. Come on in. Come on in. Come on, you're right this way. Yeah, I'm gonna be inside for a little bit. The piano's very minimal, but I will get better. I figure if every time I mess up doing this, you guys roast me, I'll just be more motivated. I'll be like, I'll come back stronger every day. And then my freestyle is going to be amazing. But really, if I was to do a simp song, it'd be like, so what are all the ways guys simp? Put it in the chat. This is how I would do it. It would be, do I want more of a sad tone? Or what key do I want to do this in? Sometimes. Stop simping. I beg, stop simping. I beg of you, please stop sending money to these OnlyFans whores. Sophia Rain has 10 sports cars, and I can't believe the status of that freaking whore. But someone's gotta fund it. Someone's gotta pay. Stop sending money to Sophia Rain today. Please, I beg of you, give it all you can. Put down the phone and get off Instagram. Stop simping. I beg of you. I promise to God she's not gonna fuck you. Stop simping. Put the phone down. Go outside. And get out of this town. Yeah, that's what I would do. So anyways, guys, welcome to the show. I hope you enjoy my Taylor Swift era. I don't really care if you don't. I'm going to do it anyway. So, this is just where we're at. All right. So, so today, let me go in. And if you guys leave in the comments, if you leave in the comments songs you want me to rewrite or freestyles, we can. That was off the dome. So if you didn't like it, that was off the dome, and I want to see you do better before you. But oh man, is it something's playing? Something's playing on here. I don't know what, but when you unmuted it, you know what it is? Is it? I don't see a chat of mine going, but it sounds. Let me just exit out of this and see. You guys are going to have to bear with me for like a week. There's going to be issues. All right. Could you unmute it again? I want to see if it still goes. I want to see if it's the internet. Oh, it's unmuted now? Okay. Well, so today I was thinking about the phrase, women run the world. They say girls run the world, and that was like a popular. I'm into music, right? And that was a Beyonce song, and it's pretty catchy. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna be like these conservatives on these shows that hear these songs, right? They hear these obviously popular songs and just say that's garbage. Look it is garbage, but it's a bop. Okay, I'm not gonna pretend like, because then there's gonna be a Snapchat of me or something when I was 20 being like, girls, we run, and I just can't have that. I'm not the biggest Beyonce. It would probably be Lizzo or something, because she does have pretty good music. I got to be honest here. I mean, bops. In terms of like, oh my gosh, they call prostitutes bops now. I totally forgot. They call OnlyFans girls. It's the bop house. You guys took that away from me. I can't even call a song. Now this is for hookers. I hate you people. You guys are dead to me in a way. Okay, so today we're talking about the different tactics of female manipulation. Okay, so I was thinking about the song Girls Run the World. And I was thinking about how, in a way, girls do run the world. Okay, it's echoing again. Is it from this side? I just don't know what it is. I hear myself like it's echoing somewhere. It stopped, but whenever you press something, or you didn't press anything? Okay, well, randomly it's coming back in. Well, so I was thinking about the song Girls Run the World, and I was thinking about, in a way, girls do run the world. Now, I know what you're thinking. Pearl, you have made an entire career. There it is again. I hear it again. Now it's back. Okay, well. I don't know, but something's echoing. We turn off the Zoom, maybe? Nope, that didn't help. Don't. I don't think so. It's just echoing. You got to come here and figure it out, because I don't know what it is. I think it's this computer, no? What? Yeah, sure. All right, guys, if you want to donate to our divorce documentary, The link's in the description. Please have a brief commercial break for men while we figure out these technical difficulties.
This clip going viral online of a dozen women being asked the following question: do we need men? Most answered very quickly, no. Because men are useless. I mean,
this headline from The Hill, it caught my eye. Most young men are single. Most young women are not.
Young men have fallen faster than any demographic in America over the last 40 years.
It's a different world now. Like, we don't need men the way that they used to.
Nobody needs men!
The future is female.
Men and women are drifting further apart, and society is crumbling because of it.
A fascinating debate has broken out about the value of marriage.
You've kind of got the trad-con versus red pill thing.
This men's rights crowd that sometimes just goes too far the other way.
You need to stop acting like grown boys and infants and actually become men.
Marriage is a bond, and it's a sacred bond.
It's a machine designed to extract resources from you.
Now many of the red-pilled have taken the position that it's bad for men to get married.
Hannah Pearl Davis, or just Pearly things.
One of the most controversial faces in all of the internet.
She goes on to say that marriage is a terrible deal for men.
Because if me and you were in a business contract, you would never sign a contract where I am paid to leave.
Gee, what could go wrong there?
74% or something of divorces are initiated by women. Men have everything to lose, primarily their own children.
Men get killed by the courts and by divorce laws.
I had no idea that courts of family law were courts of equity, not courts of law.
Because in family court, you don't need evidence to accuse someone of abuse. You need no evidence.
When you guys say get married young, a lot of these men don't know what they're signing up for, and you're not going to be there when their entire life falls apart. I interview them on the other side.
I didn't meet my son until he was 15 months old.
How much did you spend trying to get him back?
On legal fees alone was about $200,000.
Before you know it, you're homeless. You're literally just thrown out onto the street.
We absolutely reinforce bad behavior from women.
Wives are taught to leave their husbands, and then daughters grow up without their fathers.
Family is the foundation of society.
Every problem in society comes from single mother homes.
A lot of women will just chase this negative rabbit hole of happiness, endless happiness.
Feminism's biggest failures is it lies to women. We tell women to date as many guys as possible. We tell them to put off family into marriage.
You are allowed to leave your perfect husband. You are allowed to end a relationship with a really great boyfriend.
Oh, freeze your eggs, have an abortion. What? You're evil.
I don't think there's anything else in life that we actually ever go into preparing to fail.
Right.
Like if you have the mentality of this is going to go wrong and be pessimistic, naturally the outcome is going to be that it's going to fail anyway. Yeah. It's self-sabotage.
And that's the thing, like women are so willing to leave marriages because they're not happy. This is not about happiness. The most important thing is the children. And the problem is we have a modern society where it's me, my feelings, leave when I feel like it, instead of doing what's best for the kids.
This myth that we live in an age of male privilege. Where's my male privilege?
They think, well, men have all the rights. They have all the power.
Privileged patriarchal system that we have.
Why doesn't our society care about men's rights?
I have no friends, no wife, and no social life.
Men are alone in this situation. Men are homeless. Men are thinking about eating guns.
I've seen so many men on the brink of suicide and they didn't do anything wrong.
How are you equal if the men are the ones that have to fight and die to defend the country? The men are the ones that build and maintain all the infrastructure.
Women are helplessly dependent upon men. The so-called deaths of despair from suicide, overdose, or alcohol, 3 times higher among men than among women.
Culture is telling men you are no good.
You got to get your act together.
I think men have failed themselves.
What kind of a man are you? What kind of a woman are you going to attract?
If men are in trouble, so are women.
Everybody knows this is a huge problem, but nobody wants to admit it.
Every single woman at the table said they wanted a man.
500K,
500K, 300K,
200K.
Am I crazy?
Everything is really set up against you to fail as a man.
If men make less than women, women don't want to marry them.
So you know who wants more economically and emotionally viable men? Women.
I don't want to be an independent woman anymore.
I don't want to be a strong, independent woman.
I'm over it.
When is it going to be my turn?
Where are we meeting the men that don't stop?
I can't keep having these same conversations.
The only simp here is you, Pearl. You simp for men.
I think you simp for women.
She's a provocateur. She says stupid stuff, but Pearl is right about this.
It's already happening. It's just not out in the open yet.
Now it's just hookup culture is going to be our fairy tale ending because men don't want a wife and women can't find a husband.
The future if everybody follows your path, there is no future.
We go into population decline and our economy goes into decline.
Civilization will crumble.
The American story does not end well. This is an existential crisis, failing young men.
So, back into the topic, if you do want to donate to the divorce documentary, we actually got a big donation. Well, we got promised a big donation. I have learned in this industry that you can't, until I have the money, until I have the actual cash, I don't actually know. But it's looking like in the next month and a half, we could actually start going towards this again, this divorce documentary. For those of you that don't know, I wanted to make a divorce documentary, and I set out to do it. I wanted to tackle the world, but unfortunately, right as I was, making progress on this documentary, my life did fall apart. The one problem is when you insult women in this society, they just really ruin your life. I think that's why I identify with a lot of you guys, because a lot of the stuff they did to you, they did to me because I started talking like this. So anyways, long story short, I was demonetized for 1.5 years. I had to put this on hold. But now it's looking like we're gonna get going on this again. So if you think you have a really good divorce story, feel free to email me. The closer you are to, actually, I don't want to say the state because, the safety concerns, but tell me what state you're in, because when I do the cost of what this is going to cost me, I do have to factor in the state. And then, in a summary, everyone always messages me, I have the worst divorce story, and then sends me an essay. You got to put it in like 5 sentences. You can DM it to me, just Pearly Things Official, Instagram, Pearly Things on Twitter with a Z. DM it to me on either of those. I do check my DMs, so. And I need remember, I go through a lot of these. What state you're in and your divorce story. Also, the GoFundMe link is in the description. So if that comes through, we'll see. We'll see if it does. In this industry, you never know. I don't know if we might be able to get to start soon. So anyways, so I was thinking about going back into female manipulation. I was thinking about how they say behind every man is a powerful one or a strong woman, right? And we kind of have this idea that behind every successful guy, there's a strong woman building this man. I mean, I've heard this a million times when I interviewed women on my show. They would always say, I built a man up. And I think a more accurate way to explain it is I manipulated him into giving me credit. I manipulated him into thinking that I did his hard work. And this really got me thinking about the topic of female manipulation and just the tactics that we have a tendency as women to use in order to get what we want. Remember, women as a collective, our output is basically nothing. Okay, so if economists come in and said, what stuff are you building, ladies? And they said, if the economist came in and said, what are you actually building? Are you doing an infrastructure job? Like, what are you doing for this economy? There would be women that said, hey, I do something really necessary. And they would list marketing. They would list human resources. All of these things that really are not as necessary as we think. We do hypothetically, I guess, use them, but we wouldn't have food without truckers moving the food to us, right? Or farmers, or, plumbers, electricians, builders. I mean, that's like grade A. If I had a hierarchy of hard jobs, I would put them closer to the top. Surgeons, right? But women would list our jobs and it would be, to my right, it would be basically like nothing that important, if I'm being honest. Not all. Some women can do it, sort of, not really. Some women can do. I feel like I have a gun, like YouTube has a gun to my head right there, where they're like, Say it, not all, not all, not all, not all, not all. But we have still figured out how to get pretty much equal pay. I know we complain about the pay gap, but just think about how men make 80% of the world's stuff. 80% of all things being built. Men invented 90+% of the world's things. It's pretty important. And women still figured out how to get men to give us pretty much equal pay. Pretty much, I mean, it's pretty close. We don't, even though we work less hours, even though we don't do dang near as much when it comes to building society, we have still figured out how to get close to equal pay. So I put out a tweet, right? And I asked on Twitter, what manipulation tactics have you seen women use? And I asked the men to really contribute with their experiences of how women manipulate them. But before I get into that, I do think I need to make this a whiteboard video. So if I could get that out, yeah. And then I'll go through the circle of women complaining. Thank you. All right, tell me if we are good on the audio. They can hear me all right? They can see me. Am I looking at which camera? This one? Okay. All right, what up, guys? So we're going to talk about female manipulation tactics and how really on some level women do run the world. Now, you might think, Pearl, that's ridiculous. Men build the buildings. Men pave the roads. Well, you would be surprised how powerful women nagging is. So first thing that happens is there's a problem. Now, men are much more satisfied. So men in general would be happy being in like a hut in the woods. I mean, I think women, we make fun of men's apartments, right? When there's no furniture, it's just like a PS5. Men can be happy that way. So when I see all these crazy inventions that are being made, I just know that in a way, if it's useless, women's nagging is generally behind it. I'll give you an example. Women kept complaining about chores, right? So what happened was there's a problem. Women don't want to do chores, okay? So women, got to get better markers in here. Women started nagging, guilting, and just doing, basically manipulating men into solving this problem. So first the problem, I don't want to sweep the floors. I don't. It's too hard. And the men, first they come back and they try to reason with us. So they come back and say, look, this is how you sweep the floors, honey. And then the women start saying, no, but we're equal partners. I bring in money too. And he's like, I work a construction job. You work in marketing. We are not the same. And she says, we are the same. And men, they think, what do I get out of this constantly? And they keep thinking, well, I want to have sex. I do want to keep banging this broad. I want to keep going with that. I want to keep, if they have kids, they'll think I want to keep the kids. And, the nagging and the guilting, it's just never going to stop. It's never going to end. Like, I just cannot reason. I cannot negotiate with this terrorist. So then they keep going. And then men start fixing the problem. So men, they start getting together and saying, look, we all are having these nagging wives complaining about chores. What can we make? She wants to work, so I guess we're going to make up a job for her to leave me alone. Can someone put like assistants in their companies to get rid of my wife for the day? She's just annoying me too much. Can somebody automate? Can we make air fryers? Can we make Roombas? So the men get together and they fix the problem. They invent a solution. And they hope to stop the nagging. Now, this would, if women were logical creatures like men, maybe it would stop, right? Maybe the complaining, the nagging, it would end, you would think. But then women find a new problem and the cycle continues. And that's why you get, we used to have, I was thinking about this. We used to have these like revolutionary inventions, that would really change the entire world. And I guess maybe you see that sometimes with AI, but I just haven't seen like an inventor of our time. And I really think it's because the women got in and the cycle just keeps repeating itself. The women start complaining, I'm bored, I don't have anything to do. And then they get into the nagging. They say, you get to have all this fun. You're always out. And he's like, I'm working. And she's like, no, you're always out and about. You're doing all this stuff. And he's like, honey, I'm working. Well, but the girl next door, and you just don't appreciate me. That's one we go to a lot. I feel neglected. You don't appreciate me. And then the men, they just want the noise to stop. They just want it to end. They just want it to stop. So then they say, okay, maybe can we do movies in the park? I guess we're going to invent a country club, okay? We'll invent an overpriced place that we can have these women's husbands pay for, where the women can be babysat. So they invented a solution, the nagging stops, and then a new problem comes. Now, what happens is smart men realize this is the cycle, right? Smart men will think, okay, women will never be happy. We have invented everything. What more do you want, ladies? But the simps just you could do this cycle. Have you ever seen, I've seen 5 times divorced men. And I'm like, at this point, are you going to give it up? Love isn't real. But they just keep signing up, right? And now the problem is when you live with a woman, it's like, what are you going to do? I almost think there should be like separate housing for husbands and wives. I think they should make houses that can literally be split. Just to solve this problem. I'm looking out for the men here. I'm trying to get you guys some peace, Like imagine if you could just lock your wife out of the house. And say you're banished to that side of the house. I'm coming up with solutions that can bring families back together. That's a pragmatic solution. You got to start bargaining with the men, because the men know when they sign up for marriage, it's going to be this 24/7. And it really is, so. But anyways, we're going to do examples of female manipulation, and I want you guys to call in, but I'm going to list some when I go back. Okay, so I asked the people, what manipulation tactics have you seen women use? And I think the number one, personally, my number one draft pick is going to be gaslighting. I see that as the number one manipulation tactic. I didn't do that. And then you'll be like, yes, you did. No, I didn't. Gaslighting. This is Shaw contributed. He responded to this. He said, feigned helplessness. When someone pretends to be incapable of doing something to gain attention, sympathy, or to avoid responsibility. Women are capable of fixing cars and like driving without texting. We are capable of actually doing more things that I think men are even understand. I think a lot of times they think we can't do anything. And it's really not that. It's that we're incredibly lazy creatures that have had men worship us from the time we're like 12. But have you ever met like a really competent woman that can just do like I grew up with this woman near me. And look, this woman could fix a car. She was a really good driver. She took care of horses by herself. Like but she was trained by her husband, right? But it's kind of like a boss, you know, when your bosses just let you do whatever you want, you don't really grow as a person. You just kind of get worse. And I feel that's what women do. I do think there is a cap, like some things we're just not capable of. But I do think we're capable of more than a lot of men realize, because we just pretend we can't do anything. And why wouldn't we, right? If I could just say, oh, I don't get it, I don't understand, and then the guys will come in and do it. Why learn when you don't have to learn? Crying. Yeah, whenever women cry, it's pretty much just to see if you're going to fold as a man. As a man, I think there's nothing more important than a man's ability to look at a woman crying and just not care. Yeah, I mean, it's tough because you guys have this like protector instinct. And the more you can kill it as a guy, same with the bonding instinct. I always see conservatives say this. Well, they always say this. They say if men sleep around, they can't bond with their wives. I'm like, what good is bonding going to do in 2025? That's something that was useful in 1900. But now, I mean, the men that bond with their wives get screwed. They either become wife goggles guys, you know, where the wife's always right, or they become like these super simps for their wives, or they have a happy marriage for a few years until their wife ruins their life and they just don't see it coming. Someone else said the silent treatment, weaponizing silence to punish you, forcing you to chase their validation. I talk too much. I could never use that one. That seems like it would be a good one, though. Guilt trips, turning their mistakes into your fault until you carry the blame for their actions. Weaponized tears, crying on demand to reset the narrative because society never questions a woman's pain. Conditional love, withdrawing affection until you comply with her demands. Sex as a currency, using intimacy. Using intimacy not as love, but as leverage. Victimhood Olympics, always playing the weaker one, so accountability never lands on their side. Social shame, running to friends, family, or the internet to control you through the public opinion. Actually, that might be the #1 tool of women. That might be, and that's why when I see, you know, men like Destiny use that tool, I was just reacting to his debate. And he, you know, when men use female tactics, they do use them better than women do. I won't lie to you. You ever seen a man gaslight? They're like expert level gaslighters. Whatever men take women's strategies, they always do it better than us. Future faking, selling you dreams they never intend to deliver just to keep you hooked. Selective memory, forgetting the parts that expose them, but remembering every slip you ever made. Men get called manipulators for chasing power. Women perfect manipulation by clocking it as innocence. I mean, just think about the fact that women convinced men that we were sweet, innocent creatures for like 100 years. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that nuts? We really had men like hook, line, and sinker believing that until we got caught up, you know, basically aired our dirty laundry on social media. Now there's no hiding it. But women, I mean, you talk to the boomer or the Gen X dads, husbands, a lot of them have no idea what women are capable of. I mean, talk to them about the women of their generation. They'll keep saying that they're these special women that are super different. And I'm thinking, of course you're going to. I've seen pictures from the 70s. Your wives were whores too, all right? You guys got the privilege of never finding out. That's a privilege. Gen Z men don't get that privilege. And I see it all the time. A young woman comes on. And you have to understand why I'm so black-pilled. I've interviewed 1,000 women. I have seen the women that convince you guys of innocence. They've even convinced me of innocence. And then they go and have sex with my recruiters from the show. Do you know what I mean? I was like, of course. Of course. Yeah, done. Or they get flown out by like these big celebrity, you know. All right. So some approaches male victims of false accusations doing this. Instantly validating and offering emotional support, virtue signaling that they'd never do such a thing, then shifting to gynocentric narratives that excuse other women and protect their group privileges. Gaslighting is overused in there is a white knight. This guy had a pretty cool chart. I cannot read this, but if you guys look at the replies to the tweet, this was pretty in depth. Don't touch me. They turn it around and blame you. Endless complaining about, yeah, that's another thing. We have a tendency to get really riled up about something, and then our hamster wheel just makes it way worse than it is. And then you'll go from like, oh, I don't like this, to you're an abusive monster, and the guy's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Call you controlling, call you insecure, call you a narcissist, lie right in your face, lie to others about you or said issue, attack your character, claim abuse. Triangulation, passive aggressive, aggression, playing the victim, lying about being pregnant. Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, the women say they're pregnant to get you to bang them a few more times, and obviously you're not going to pull out because you think she's pregnant. Well, she's pregnant now. Got bad news for you fellas. Cynical arguments, deflection. Blackmail, gaslighting. The worst and most sinister is performance, when their entire personality and behavior is crafted when you are in the room, but they're entirely different when you're not in it. True shapeshifters. It was the only time in my life I realized there are actually genetically evil people, and nothing can change that, because they will even act out of the good qualities of remorse and change, but it's always an act. I had to catch it on security cameras to know. I literally walked out of the room and tears evaporated and the voice returned to normal as she proceeded to call some other guy. Once you see it, you realize that the way they breathe is deceptive. You have to go through this to know what I'm talking about. It's super creepy and troubling. It has nearly destroyed my ability to love and almost turned my heart into a black piece of charcoal. Be careful out there. There are some truly bad and evil people, and some are incredibly good at appearing good. Blame shifting, guilt tripping. They push hard to move the Overton window towards anything which benefits them. Yeah, like it's super normal. I knew that the Overton window on marrying whores was shifting. When I was interviewing somewhere, and these were guys with, I would say, status, money. I would say choice. These were guys that had a lot of choice. And I asked these guys, I said, how would you feel, would you date a girl that did OnlyFans, but it was like 5 years ago? And I saw them rationalizing it. I saw them, they said, you know what? If it was a while ago and it was just nudes, yeah, I would accept it. I'm like, women have fought really hard. Now even the top guys are accepting it. And that's always the cope. And I actually realized that part of men complaining about, you know, women being old, ran through whatever, is they know this is what they have to choose from. And men are so pragmatic. They always think they have a way around it. And I really, for your sakes, I've seen men on the really bad side of divorce court. I've seen men, I would say, with death in their eyes, like it was so bad, that I really wish there was a way around it, but it's luck of the draw. I mean, when you're getting married with women, it's like you're picking out of sticks. And some people get, I think there's some analogy where there's like one stick that'll blow you up and you'll die, and then there's like a short stick, or there's a game or something like that. But I mean, that's kind of what it is with women. Is it's a luck of the draw, and you might draw well. It's a roll of the dice. One guy dies, one guy has a happy marriage. There's what I would call low risk and high risk women. Low, high. So there's women that are lower risk, where you can lower the risk. But I always try to reiterate that that's not a guarantee, because I want you guys, I just want you to expect it if it happens, so it doesn't ruin your life if it does, and you can prepare accordingly. There's nothing worse than a guy that it happens to that doesn't expect it. There's high risk women. She's got herpes. I'd say that's a high risk. She's got, she's slept with 57 dudes, probably high risk. But, I've seen low risk women have high risk women outcomes, and vice versa. So again, it's like you're pulling straws. Good luck, fellas. I have seen so many start internet programs claiming to be courageous and trustworthy. Oh wait, is that, what the hell? What's my internet program? All right, blocked. I've seen it a lot, but the tactic I use to clean things out is allowing them to speak. It's really incongruent. Sudden coldness and aggression to act as a barrier towards you while they project their mistakes and defects onto you, so you can't respond or defend yourself. Shaming language, projection, guilt tripping. I dated a girl with borderline personality disorder. Before I understood what it was, a buddy of mine also dated one. They are each special little muffins in their own version of crazy. Mine would guilt trip me over the smallest thing. His would scream at him. We called it F you, but please don't leave me disease. Using the line, if you love me, you should stand by me no matter what I do. The promise of sex, but doesn't go through with it. That's another wheel, actually. I should make that the wheel of simping. Promise, allude that there will be sex at some point, maybe hint at it, flirt with him a little, but never put out. But promise that it may happen in the future to get him to do things, right? I mean, that's the wheel of simping. But, who cares what I think? I think we got to ask the people. It's not sharing, right? Okay. I think we got to ask the people what you guys think. What have you experienced in terms of female manipulation? I did get some, but we are going to put the Zoom in the chat. I want to hear what have you guys experienced. I'm going to send this to the group chats. When it comes to female manipulation. I'm going to rejoin 1 second. I mute this one, right? Okay, it's muted. Doug MPA, are you there?
Hey, how's it going?
Good. How are you? What'd you think about? Sorry. Sorry.
No. I said,
I asked
I'm
you.
fantastic. Thanks for asking.
I asked you a question. I didn't even let you go. Sorry.
Go ahead.
I said, what'd you think of my Sip song?
It was awesome. The fact that you can come up with that off the top of your head, man, you're just getting started on it on camera, man. Imagine it in like a month or two. It's going to be insane. Let's go. I'm here for it.
I mean, to be fair, I have done the freestyling for years. I've always hated it when people pretend they could just do things overnight. That took me like 4 years. So I can do it now, but on and off is kind of a hobby.
Well,
Go
And
ahead.
honestly, people sleep on your voice, man. You have a really good voice. Pearl and I have gone karaoke before, and she tore the house down. So don't sleep on Pearl's voice. She has a really good voice.
Wait, when you're here in person, do you wanna? You have a good voice too. Do you want to guest for a song?
Uh,
You can wear a ski mask like that guy.
I'll think about it.
Or we can put the camera like low or something so they can't see you.
I'll think about it.
Okay, so what female manipulation have you seen?
Well, I am going to actually put something in the private chat that I
Okay.
want you to click on.
Okay.
I was just on Instagram, and I saw because makeup is a good one, and I just
Ooh.
1 second. I'm gonna put it in the private chat so you can show it. Chat. It's in the private chat, so click on that. But changing the meaning of words.
Oh, that's a good one. I've talked about that before, and I can't believe I forgot to add it. That's so true. Go ahead.
Yeah, like there's a couple of low-hanging fruit ones, like how tall women call themselves stallions now, when like a stallion literally means a male horse. You know, we all know about abuse. You know how they've
Oh.
they redefine. It's like they say magic and sorcery isn't real. Yeah, it is. When it comes to words and meaning, women, it's modern day sorcery. It's shape shifting and sorcery. There's so many words that used to mean one thing, but now it means another. Traditionally masculine words have been turned into words of female empowerment. It's crazy. And then what's another thing? So I would say changing words around, makeup, um, um, uh, what's another example? Well, we know all the basics: the shame, insults, guilt, and the need to be right. That pretty much covers everything.
I mean,
Right there.
it covers a lot.
Mhm.
All right, let's play the video you sent. Can we put? We can see it. Yeah, it's up. Is it shared? Okay.
Show by show, I'm trying to triple and double.
Oh, let me turn the music off. Can they can see it? Okay, Duggan.
Yeah.
I think okay.
Yeah.
I turned off the music, guys, because
It says take her swimming on the first date.
I want to do my makeup like this. That looks awesome. Sorry. You could just get like 2 points. I'm just kidding. Do you know what? I don't wear a lot of makeup, and I hate the feeling of it anyways. Like I don't know how they feel comfortable wearing that much. Like that's so heavy on your face. It's like paint.
Can you imagine if she stayed over your house, what your pillow would look like, or what your bathroom sink would look like the next day? Look at that.
She's not even bad looking is the worst part. She doesn't need to like I almost think do you think she looks better on the left?
I'm not a heavy makeup guy, so I'd rather see the blemishes and stuff than have a woman having to put a bunch of garbage on her face.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I mean I don't couldn't she just do light makeup and smooth it? You know, like that's just
We should have a water bucket test for all these women where you should be able to splash a bucket of water on them and see what they look like afterwards. Look at that.
holy crap. Yeah, that's a form of manipulation. But guys, let me know. I want you guys to call in. This is the Zoom link in the chat. Yeah, it is. So the Zoom link is in the chat. It'd be great if you guys could join. And you can come on and let me know what manipulation tactics you've seen. Maybe if you have an example in a relationship you've been in where you noticed the manipulation tactic, maybe you overcame it, right? tell us how you dealt with it. We could trade notes here.
Hey, Pearl, I think that we should work on, because I think that gaslighting is too vague of a term. I think that women gaslight so much that we really need to work on terms for different levels of gaslighting.
Ooh,
So, like,
okay.
regular gaslighting is like, oh, I went out with my girls, and um, I was messing around with a guy, but nothing happened. So that's a degree. But then there's the guy gets a DNA test and finds out the baby's not his, and then she's trying to tell him that it is his baby, and he's crazy.
Ooh.
What do you call that kind of
The
gaslighting?
hierarchy of gaslighting.
Yes, we need to have a show about that.
There's
Come up with different.
level 1. I mean, we could spitball here. Level 1, level 2, level 3.
So what would level 1 gaslighting be? Level 1 gaslighting
Okay.
would be
We never hooked up, but they did oral. They did.
Or
okay, go ahead.
or level 1 gaslighting would be
I hate
like,
him. I want to fuck him.
yeah, exactly. I was just about to say something like that. Or I slept with him, but I had been drinking, so it doesn't really count because I was I wasn't responsible for my actions. I wasn't. Am I right? That's like level 1 gaslighting.
Level 2 gaslighting. That's gonna be. Because level 3 is like DNA testing, lying about the kid, paternity fraud. What's in the middle?
Level 2 gaslighting would be a week or two of, I can't have sex with you because I have a headache. I'm tired. You don't. If you just do chores around the house, you get more sex. That's like level 2 gaslighting.
Well, don't you think that'd be level 1? So our producer said, we're just friends. Do you think that would be level 1 or 2? I think that's level 1.
Yeah.
We are just friends equals we are either fucking or going to fuck.
What about
are going to fuck the second the relationship ends.
Oh, how about what's up? Gaslighting. Level 1 is when a woman has "I'm not into hookups" on her online dating profile, when all she does is bang guys that she meets right away off of Tinder.
I do not want to hook up. I am going to have sex with you immediately.
Yes, that's gaslighting.
You immediately. Wait. Actually, I do not want to hook up means I am not going to have sex with you. Wait. I am going to make you wait if you are a beta. Because those women, it's like, I'm going to make you wait if you're a beta. Yeah, I mean, okay.
And then what else would be level 3 gaslighting besides DNA testing?
Paternity fraud.
Yeah, paternity fraud. What about the female? Okay, when a woman. How about this? A woman trying to get custody of her kids in divorce court is all gaslighting.
Oh, I was abused. It's level 3.
Yeah.
I was abused.
Mm-hmm.
Get custody.
He was a good father, but he wasn't a good partner. That's gaslighting.
I was emotionally abused.
Yep.
That equals I stopped wanting to have sex with my husband. And I wanted to go bang my personal trainer.
Yep, you got it. Yeah, so we'll have to do a show about the different, because once again, the term gaslighting, women do it so much nowadays that we have to piece that term apart. It's just way too nebulous and way too vague now.
Number 3, I was raped. I regretted this guy I banged.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's level 3. All right, we got Taxman on the line. Let's see. What Taxman, what female manipulation have you noticed and or experienced? Welcome to the show.
Hey, what's up? All right. So, um, I would say any woman with BPD, any woman with BPD, like they will sit there and like, because I've asked psychologists about this, they will not take women that have BPD as clients because they know that they actively try to lie and spin things around to fit their own narrative, no matter what it is. Like, I dated a girl that had it one time for like 2 months and I didn't know what it was, right? And she said it, and then I went to a psychologist and I asked her about it, and she was like, "Oh yeah, she's gonna like do this, this, and this." And so like she tried to say that I was a narcissist, and I'm like, I cleaned your apartment this morning. I went and got breakfast. I don't think a narcissist would do any of those things. So yeah, like they're just like not all there mentally too, I think. I think they have like deep-seated trauma and, you know, father issues, and that's why they're just they're so manipulative. It's like you're living in a it's what did my friend say? He's like it's like you're living in the twilight.
Mm.
You're like living in a paradox.
So
like anything they say is backwards.
Can you tell me like what can I have a specific example, like maybe 2 or 3 examples of what it's like dating someone with BPD, like what they'll do specifically? I've heard about this archetype a lot, but I don't get specifics often.
My God, it's like, all right. So for example, I remember one morning we were in New Jersey. So I wake up, I go do what I have to do for work in the morning, go to the gym and come back. Maybe I was gone only like an hour, right? I come back, I get her breakfast, give it to her, and I'm like, I know she doesn't like getting up early, right? So I come back in the room quiet and I leave everything right there. 5 minutes later, she's like yelling, "Where the hell were you?" Da, 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 da. I'm like, "Why are you even up this early? Like, you never wake up this." Oh, like as soon as I left, she woke up, and then like started like going into this whole thing. Well, what if he leaves? What if he's not coming back? What if he's lying to me? Because usually girls with BPD, it's like guys abandon them because they see how crazy they are off the bat, and they're out. They're like they'll hit and they'll be out. Like, not gonna lie, like I used to hear that about girls that had it a lot, because usually once you find one girl that has it, you find a lot of girls that have it. So like you see them all like conversing and socializing together, and you're like, oh yeah, this is like an archetype.
So what
for
do
them. Like
they are they yelling and screaming usually, or
oh
how does it?
oh yeah, oh yeah, like okay, my friend dated one too, right? And he actually went through a whole legal case with it. The girl, okay, so she hit him. I remember one time me and my boy went to the strip club, and she tracked his phone to the strip club. Now, mind you, I'm with my girl. My girl didn't care that we went, right? So we're all 3 of us are sitting there. She comes up there freaking out. The bouncer has to call him out there and be like, "Yo, get your girl under control." She's like swinging her knife at me. And I'm like, "What the heck
And
is she
are
doing?"
they?
She
Sorry, go ahead.
My bad. Yeah. So she's like swinging the knife at him. I go out there. I'm like, dude, you cannot get back in the car with her because we have to drive back to, I think we were in Dayton, Ohio. So we had to drive back to Cincinnati. So I was like, dude, you cannot get back in the car with her. Bro, I think I seen the car swerve almost off the road 4 times. We get back. He tells me she almost like cut him up like once. And then they ended up going to court. And she said, you know, he hit her one time. And I'm like, dude, you were not the guy to ever hit a woman. But no, like, and I had to go testify. I had to do all this stuff. And he ended up being fine. But the dude ended up going to jail for like 2-3 months because he was picked up and he didn't even know about the charges. And I was just like, this is crazy. So yeah, they'll do some crazy stuff to you.
Are they charismatic? Like, can they have a normal social life outside of the relationship?
Oh yeah. So what was crazy about it is that because me and my boy, we were doing real estate at that time. He was in my company. He's not anymore. He like moved on to other things. But he was sitting there and he started dating her because at first she worked in the probate office for the county clerk. So like he was like, oh, she has a good job. She's like smart. She's like, you know, she's got a good head on her shoulders. And I'm gonna be honest, the first like 3 times I met her, he was fine. Like, yeah, they can put on an act for you like anybody. And he even said it because he'd be like, you know, 1 minute she's good and 1 minute it's hell. And I'd be like, I don't know when it changes. I'm like, dude, like, I don't know either because I've seen it.
Are they always screaming? Or is
Yes
it
and no.
or is it like other types of crash outs?
It's like really highly intensive, like emotional crash outs. They'll just go manic. That's what it is. They'll go manic. Imagine you're sitting next to someone and something just makes them feel uncomfortable. Now they're agitated with you, and anything you do or don't do for them, they're gonna find a reason to be mad.
And how often does it happen?
Almost on the daily.
Oh, really?
Like,
And is it
yeah,
and
it's
but they seem
bad.
sometimes guys say they fall in love with this archetype pretty often. So like are they very loving also? Is it like hot and cold or they can mimic emotions well?
Bruh, you want me to be real? You want me to be real? Can I
Yeah.
just be
No, yeah,
straight
it's
up?
fine. It's fine.
Oh, the pussy is fucking fire.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
bro, the pussy. I'm saying that because I've had it. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Anybody in the chat that has some DPD pussy know that shit fire. Like, I can't. They be doing crazy shit, and me personally, I think it's because of their emotional trauma towards their father. They're trying to make a man feel comfortable, but at the same time, they're also trying to make him feel the pain of what they want to make their father feel. That's what I think it is, because I'm like, bro, there's no way you could be so hot and cold, so sexually charged, so on and off. There's no way someone's built to just be like that. You had to have gone through some trauma or be mentally ill. Like, and they're good at it. They're so good at playing the game. They'll have you convinced that their crash outs are either your fault or they're just going through something and they're gonna figure it out and fix it.
Yeah.
And they never fix it.
Yeah. Doug MPA, you got any other questions for him?
I do not. I do not.
Great call in. He's an A-level guest. Okay, you see, he had his mic figured out, camera on, so we appreciate you calling in. Okay.
No problem. Thanks for having me. Thanks for always having me.
Have a good one, buddy.
I love it when they just get on, their camera's figured out. Okay, I got to make a pause. Sorry, I saw this and I was like, I got to make a pause. So there are times where there is men in my life that make suggestions or have predictions. And at the time I disagree, but time goes by and those people tend to be right. And right now, a few months ago, Doug MP, actually, can I say this, advise, hold on, I'm gonna ask you if it's okay if I say this. Can I?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can
That's
say,
good.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
So he advised to stay away from conspiracy J stuff, and because really it's just the upside and my lack of expertise in that topic. It's just not something I know a ton about. And we spoke about Candace Owens' show at the time. And we were talking about how you predicted her downfall. You did. You said she's gonna, something's gonna go wrong, where she's gonna be wrong about something. And have you seen that the girl she said was a man is willing to produce pictures in court?
You're talking about
Bridget McCrone.
Yeah.
And
this is gonna cost them big time. It's gonna cost her.
Oh my God. And the worst thing is, what was the upside of proving that woman was a man? Like, that's just even if she or he, I don't know, but even if this was trans or whatever, what would that, I don't care. Do you know what I mean? Like, I just don't care.
Yeah. You have to get into. It's about you. Candace still hasn't. She hasn't transitioned to the point where she's looking at it long term. Because that's one of the best parts about your transition, Pearly, is you've chosen this as a career. You're doing it for the long game. And but Candace, she hasn't. Maybe it's because her husband's worth $180 million, but she hasn't switched to that mindset yet, and she picks these battles where the the risk is greater than the reward. It's like you're gonna mess around with the president of France's wife. Are you serious? Why?
Well, for me, it's just the ego. Like, I don't. The problem is when people with big egos, especially women, get told they're awesome for a decade, then we hit our late 20s, maybe early to mid 30s, whenever it happens, and we're told you're wrong or no for the first time. It just equates to a crash out.
Yeah, I
Because
agree.
it's just never happened. I mean, you see it all the time, like the women just freaking the F out when the first time they're told no in an assertive voice. I mean, that's why like she kind of crashed out on Nick F when he was on her show and he was like, "Why are you questioning me about being married?" And then like you got married, she like you're a woman, and it just like it looked like it didn't compute, like she'd never been told that. And
Yeah.
I'm like, you just haven't been humbled yet, and now. But now it just got worse, actually, and that's what made me stop them.
It,
I have to see if this is true. This is alleged. This is according to Eol Yakko Boy. They're producing. So now Candace, I think, and I cannot keep up with all her conspiracies. I can't. There's too many. The he, she, and then there's the J stuff, and then she was crashing out and saying Nick was a Fed, and now then I think she's trying to tie Kirk's death to Israel. I don't know. There's too many. I'm sure I'm butchering them, whatever. But now I guess they're saying that Charlie Kirk believed that Candace was going insane.
Wouldn't surprise me.
And they allegedly have texts saying that. Now, I don't know. I guess we will see. The truth.
She has been operating like she has nothing to lose for way too long.
I mean,
and ever since she left she was with the Daily Wire. Like ever since, it's like she took a hit backwards in her career by leaving the Daily Wire, and she's been doing her best to try to sprint and surpass where she was when she should just did a slow build back up. But now she's being more audacious and more bolsterous and just making all these crazy claims, and that can either go really good or really bad. And if she loses this defamation lawsuit against the Macrons, the whole everything she has is done. They're gonna take everything from her. Watch.
Well, that's why, in a way, I think it's kind of selfish for women to get into politics, because politics is such a
dirty, messy business.
I mean, there's a reason I avoided it. I mean, I know I touch on it a little bit, but like the deep political, I had opportunities to do it, but I just think with a family, it's kind of not pragmatic. Like if you really want to go political, because I mean, politicians are dirty. They're willing to go to the ends of the earth to destroy you, and they'll take your family down with you.
Yep.
So I don't want to say it's selfish in all cases, because I don't think it always is, and but it's a risk you have to weigh. And I just I'm gonna stick in my culture relationship space. That's where I'm gonna stay here. Go ahead.
Yeah, good plan.
But
good plan.
Yeah, but it's because it's just not. And the thing is, the problem is Candace. She's not as good as the guys around her. She's just not, like, she's too. She doesn't pay enough attention to the details. So, but because she's a woman, she gets more attention. And that's okay, that happens. But it's better when it comes with like humility, and I just don't get that sense from her. I just get the doubling down. I never get the sense that I could be wrong. I don't get it, but maybe it's there and I just don't see it.
Yeah, I've always wondered the whole red pill influencer to like right wing punditry talking about the Jays stuff. Where'd that pipeline come from? I don't understand it.
Well, it's because things go in cycles. It's like 2 years of relationships, then 2 years of politics. So that's why. It's because the news side. Like, if I would have made more money if I covered Trump's election more closely. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sure, because they always like to do this, I'm sure there was a streamer here where I mentioned something, but it was not a super in-depth following of the campaign. But if I just swapped during the election, oh my gosh, it's cash cow. But you lose credibility over time, because if you're not good enough to be an expert in those things, and if I was Candace, I would go down on how often she does shows in order to, because she's got a bunch of kids, right? I do this job. I do think you can do it and be a mom, but I just wouldn't do it 5 days a week. I'd do like 2 and make it really accurate if I was her.
Yeah.
But the problem is it's a money machine, and now she's got to pay for this lawsuit. So look at this says, and we'll go back to the topic, guys. Just give me I had to give Doug MPA his flowers, because he, not publicly, he predicted this like 6 months ago. I said I don't think anything will happen. And he said, oh no, she's going to crash and burn. And yeah, I have to, you're right, Doug MPA. I was wrong. You were right. Is that the
Yeah.
Record it. That's the only time a woman will say it.
And guys, in the chat, this isn't even about is Macron's wife, what is she or what isn't she? It's the battle itself. Are you willing to lose everything you possibly have for that? I see you guys going back and forth in the chat. Oh, well, she is and she isn't, and blah blah blah. Yeah, but not all YouTubers have a husband that's worth $180 million. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when losing your media empire means that you're out on the street, you don't want to fight those kind of battles. You just don't. And example like Fresh and Fit. Fresh is a clown. Yes, he is. But like the only thing I've agreed with him on is I wouldn't have taken it down the path about talking about the Jays and all the stuff that Myron did, because they've lost tens of millions of dollars being demonetized off of YouTube. And I like Myron. Myron's fantastic, but like it's just at what cost? I'm glad everything worked out for him. I'm not saying that Myron shouldn't have done it, but the opportunity cost is real.
Yeah,
it's real.
And it's another thing. The only, I guess, devil's advocate is I think Myron's actually pretty good at covering that stuff. Because my thing is, if you're going to do it, then you have to be really good and accurate at doing it. I do think Myron's pretty good at it, so you could make the case. Fresh, but I would say he has a better case than Candace, because I just don't think she's just not going to have the time unless these nannies are raising the kids, which wouldn't really surprise me. I was a nanny. I could kind of spot a nanny mom. I could spot it because I had a bunch of nannies. All right, I want to show you this clip really quick. I want to see it. So it says, Candace Owens just announced she is not attending Charlie Kirk's memorial on Sunday due to it being organized by the feds. She did reveal she plans to go visit Kanye West during that time. What? Okay, let's see. We'll see if this is real.
Said there is no way we are going to this event now. There's a 0% chance. First and foremost, why are you saying invite? Anybody can go to it. You just buy a ticket to the event, and you're all working to try to get me to confirm that I'm going. And you're doing this as if you're trying to like push my buttons and be like, we got to make her get into her ego so she like shows up and like posts it on social media. Nope, actually, while I'm attacking the feds, maybe not going to a public event, which the feds are organizing, is probably a very good idea. I'm good. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna listen to Power on my headphones and go see Ye. How's that for a memorial for Charlie Kirk? That feels like the right thing for me to do right now.
Well, she's gone. Yeah, she's gone. You hate to see it. I really liked her work on BLM back in the day. I really did like her debates on that. But I don't know, as a former fan, the last few years, it all started with the Crowder thing for me. I need a very humble. That's what I've been asking for. I need a humble apology that's very public. I need the title and the thumbnail to match. I need the title to say I was wrong and I am sorry. I need a private apology first to Steven Crowder, then a public apology, denouncing everything you said with the same with the humility you lacked when you called him an abusive monster, because that was your title then. That's what I need from you. And then maybe you could win me back over, Candace, but until that day, that is what I need from you. But actually, you're losing me with all the conspiracy stuff. I'm getting lost. Okay, so next I'm sorry guys, we're gonna go back to the topic, female manipulation. Even though that kind of is, in a way. I feel like, I don't know, say you won't go to the funeral because of the feds. Just say you don't want to see all the people you have beef with. I mean, come on. That's the real reason you don't want to go. That's like me, Here's the thing, if I talk shit, I'm gonna still show up. But look, and I will. If you want to address the shit talking, we can do it. But okay, so Nate, we're gonna have Nate come on. Nate, welcome to the show. What female manipulation tactics have you seen in your relationships or marriages? The more specific the examples, the better. Welcome to the show, Nate.
Hey, what's going on? Can you hear me?
I can
just
hear
want to
you.
make sure my mic's
I
hooked
can
up.
hear you perfect.
Awesome. I first saw you actually. I'm like one of the few people who didn't know Pearl, but I saw you on Fatty's panel. So excited to be on.
Fatty's panel? Who's Fatty?
You did like I think you were on the treadmill, but you were what's his name?
Sorry, I forgot I did that. Yeah, I was on the treadmill.
Yeah, it was a small thing, but Andrew Wilson and Sarah Tomato was there.
Okay.
Homies.
Thanks. Okay, thanks for coming. I just forgot I did that panel. So thanks for coming on. So what female manipulation tactics have you observed? Feel free to give examples.
Yeah, so I mean, I think the main thing is like, and this might be a little controversial, but like the self-gaslighting, right? So like, I think it's perfectly fine for people to sort of, if people want to describe like trad life world or whatever, like that's perfectly cool. It's also perfectly cool to talk about like living in a normal society, having a normal job and sort of what comes from that. And I think like 2025 has been a freaking train wreck. Like it's been bad, and you were ragging on Candace Owens, no offense to her, but like, it's a perfect example that like, I mean, she can't find the thread right now. And it's like, well, why is that? It's because you haven't told the truth in the last like 3 years. And that's totally manipulation, right? It's manipulation to say that like, well, the world's just like this because I say it is,
Can I have examples of like specific examples of what you mean? I don't actually watch your show too closely. It sounds like I might agree, but go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I think the fact that obviously respect to Charlie Kirk and his family and respect to Candace. I know she was friends with them, but the fact that 2 or 3 days after, she's talking about, oh well, the camera was moving, and she's bringing up these conspiracy theories and stuff like that. And so to me, it's like, okay, from the top of Lunatic Mountain, you're coming down, Candace Owens, and telling me that, I don't listen to an FBI director I already don't like, right? I don't listen to Kash Patel. I listen to Candace Owens on this. That's crazy to me.
Yeah, that's true. What about in like your personal relationships? Are there any other manipulation tactics you've noticed?
No. I think without being scared to go past the fence line, from my perspective, I've been lucky that I have, I think, like strong, like sort of like, like good feminine people in my life and stuff like that. And so, the sort of, I wish I had a better answer, but I wasn't expecting to answer that question.
Oh, it's okay. Well, thanks for calling in. Doug MPA, you got any other questions for him? That was great. That was a great answer.
That is that a purple heart behind you?
That's great. That's granddad. Yeah, that's
awesome,
grandpa.
man. That's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good on you for respecting him. That's great. Just wanted
Absolutely,
to say,
yeah.
good having that up there.
Thank you.
Cool. Other than that,
Well,
it's good talking to you, buddy.
Thanks for calling in.
Yeah, we'll see ya.
Yeah, call in anytime. Great caller.
Yeah, see you, Pearl.
I love it when they say their point. You guys are getting better. I'm proud of you. We've come a long way from a few months ago. All right, we got, I follow his Twitter, the French OG. Welcome to the show.
You're on mute, OG.
Unmute.
He is.
Hey, thanks, Pearl. How are you?
Good. How are you? Thanks for calling in.
Well, thanks for having me.
All right, so give it to me. What female? I know you're out in the field. I see your Bumble on Twitter. Now give it to me. What? Turn off. Make sure you turn off the YouTube in the background.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now
give it. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Okay, you got it.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay,
Got it.
So, tell me what female manipulation tactics have you seen?
Whew. I could make a fucking dictionary with this.
We're ready.
Yeah, trust me.
That's why I sent this to you. I was like, he's gonna be great. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, just for context, I just woken up. It's like it's like 4 or 5 p.m. in the UK. So bear with me. I'm just getting my idea right there. But just straight first, gaslighting. All right, because women love to deflect accountability and use offensive tactics rather than defensive tactics to make the guy feel bad about themselves. Right? Say she's being disrespectful to you. She'll say, "Oh well. Why are you so sensitive? Why are you being a pussy?" What? Hello? It's like, just crazy stuff, right? Another one, breadcrumbing. Women want to always have control of the dynamic, right? They never want to say first that they were interested in a guy. So what they'll do is they'll just use stories to get the guys, or just they'll send you snaps. Very little effort to get the guy to actually start the conversation first, but they don't want to express their interest, right? They just want to put something out there, and and also part of breadcrumbing is when it's about giving as little as possible affection, just to create a validation loop that is enough for the guy to be into. But as soon as they feel that they get the validation, then they pull back, so that the guy gets stuck in a rut where they always constantly chasing the girl. But every time that he basically pulls back because he's not getting enough, she'll breadcrumb him a bit further just to keep the control. What else? The love bombing and then the pullback. So the love bombing and the pullback, what happened is that the girl wants to get a guy wants to get a guy's attention, so she'll throw different threads of interest towards a guy, and they see what type of compliments he really vibes with. She does that for a little bit, game definitely attached, and then what she does is she slowly starts to criticize him, but it starts with very offhand comments, not really bad, and then afterwards she starts to really bring him down just in order for her to basically have complete control of him. Well, those are just 3 off the top of my head.
Can we role play that one? So pretend I'm you be the girl in this, okay?
Okay, can you give me just 1 second? I'm just gonna grab myself some water. I'm just a bit.
Do you need like a couple minutes? I can put you in the waiting room and bring you back.
Yeah, 2 minutes. That's fine.
2 minutes. Okay, I'll take another caller and then I'll go back to you while I let you wake up. All right.
All right.
All right. Those were good though. Doug Pierre. Those are pretty. I see his tweets all the time. Those are pretty funny, right, Doug Pierre?
Yeah, he was spot on. He was spot on.
He's in the
100%.
field. Go ahead.
I want to ask him before he gets off the phone about the different levels of gaslighting.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
That was his first thing. So I'm gonna run the level 1, level 2, level 3 and see if he has any other ideas for level 1, level 2, level 3 eventually when he gets done with this stuff.
Yeah. Well, we'll bring up Sweet Auntie while he wakes up, and then we'll see what he has to say. We'll go back. Sweet Auntie, welcome to the show. So what female gas? I know you've said she knows women are crazy, so not all. Do you see? Women have a gun to my head, like basically on this show. But I know she's been on before. So what manipulation from women have you seen? Go ahead.
Oh, Auntie, you're on mute.
Unmute, Auntie.
Gotta unmute.
There we go. The controls disappeared for a second. Can you hear me all right?
I can hear you.
Okay, so lots of tactics. I've got 99 problems, and witches were every single one. But
That's good.
Workplace manipulation is probably the one that's done a lot of damage to me, and I've had them hive mind and ostracize me in workplaces, and even getting to the point of manipulating my management teams against me. The final straw that ruined my ambitions in having an actual career were a female I worked with. We were lateral, and our boss, she had been feeding lies to him about things that I did, and he actually used like things that were legitimate. And that's the thing that women will do, is they'll find truthful things and then they'll twist those things, and that's why their lies are so hard to grasp. And she would do that, and she got me to start getting written up and talked to and yelled at by my boss, and I finally gave up.
You sound like a man. Yeah, like that's what men say, you know. You sound like a guy. Like,
is my voice really low? Should I pitch it up a little? No, I know you're being figurative.
No, I wasn't talking about the voice. But no, because do you know what I relate though, because that's how I feel with women. You guys win. You win. You're awesome.
You win. I give up. I went to blue collar work to literally just get away from it all. I couldn't do it anymore.
Do you know what's crazy? Women said if women ran the world, there would be no wars. I'm like, women would torture you for fun. We do it with our words all the time. It's just torture for fun.
Correct. And could you imagine if they had military force behind those words?
Oh my gosh. And women run for office. I'm like, let me just KMS, you know.
Or even worse, can you imagine if women had the physical strength of men?
Oh my gosh, you'd all be in cages.
Oh my gosh, that would be terrible.
Yep. Because everything that women are, everything that women are stronger than. No, I'm sorry. Whatever is weaker than women abuse. Pets. Kids, elderly. You got it. 100%.
Oh yeah, it's awful. It's awful. I couldn't even imagine if they had the strength force for backing that up. Everything that they project that they're afraid of men doing, it's because if they were men, they would probably be doing that thing.
Oh, that's good. Do you know what? Reputation destruction, I think, is the worst. That's like I think that's the worst one. I would rather a woman just punches me in the face and then I'm done with it, than nitpick every little thing that I do for years.
And hive mind the rest of the hive to join in that pecking.
Yes. Oh my God. Yeah. Do you know what? So when I was in school, there was volleyball teams, right? And I was never cool enough. You know, there's always like the cool women and, or like the popular. I was never popular. But sometimes I would get into the popular group for like a little bit. a little bit. But you always get kicked out. Like I'd say something too blunt, one girl gets mad, and then I'm kicked out of the group chat. And I'm like, but it's like one will get mad at you and recruit all of them, and you're like, damn it. I guess I'm gone.
Yep. It's not even worth the fight. It's just, I'm just going to leave this because you can't win no matter how hard you fight against it. And it's just move on.
Yeah. Well, thanks for calling in, sweet auntie. Please call it anytime. You're like my only female caller.
I will. I enjoy it. I hope that guy's woke up because he's got a lot of questions for the scale.
Okay, thanks for calling. All right, we're gonna bring back in. He's back.
Open my eyes as well. Anyway.
I'm honored you got up so early to come on the show.
No, my sleep schedule is so fucked up anyway. It's like, actually, let me just grab my mic. Yeah.
Okay, so go ahead. So female manipulation tactics. And if you have any advice for the guys, I know you do coaching. So if you have any advice for the guys of how to overcome it, feel free to sprinkle that in. But we're ready for you.
All right, fine. It's like it's pretty simple. It's just to put things into perspective and don't get too much into your ego, because the best way to manipulate someone, whether it's women or guys, is through ego. All right. Actually, I made like an article. It's a paid article on my Substack, which is like all the list. Well, not like all the list, but just the process, and that I've got just in front of me, just to refresh my memory type of stuff. So yeah, in terms of how to not get caught up in it, don't take what she says at face value. Right? Don't take what she says at face value. If she says stuff that nobody else has said about you, most likely is bullshit. Why? Because you're not that special, but she will want to make you feel special.
What's an example of something that a woman said to you that you just know it's bullshit?
Actually, something really recent that just happened. I don't know. It's just like I was like, it sounds too good to be true here, but like, but actually, just be aware of this, right? A girl that overtext, meaning by that, like she's like already so much into you, like, oh my god, you're so, like, to me also I have like and that's something that maybe is gonna surprise a lot of guys. I make sure to hear exactly what word she says, right? So for example, I make a distinction between hot and handsome, right? And every time I had a girl call me handsome, every time I had some bullshit. Every time it was fake, every time it's kind of, and guys, they're just like, they love to be heard called handsome and everything. No, you're just a good guy to take advantage of, because it's like you got to be it's very important to distinguish. When a girl calls you hot, it's like sexually desirable. Handsome, you're quite the good guy. Actually, the first person that pinpointed that to me was actually CGA, right? Coach Greg Adams. And I was like, and then I started looking and I was like, holy shit, that's actually so on point. So for example, when a girl called me hot, I remember every time was no problem going into sex, but every time handsome, it was always bullshit after bullshit, right? They were weaponizing sex. They wanted to see if they could get me to jump through their hoops. Kind of like it's for example, a way to groom you into doing what they want you to do, right? But because I didn't really take care into consideration, and I wanted to make them work more for it, in the sense that, oh, you is that all? Is that the best you've got? Tell me more. Tell me more.
Okay, go on.
You're gone.
No, I was just gonna ask what else. So.
Okay, fine.
So if she says handsome, you got some bullshit.
Yeah, you're just kind of like like she sees you as a potential cleanup guy. Right? Okay. Like it's the stuff that they say to guys in their 30s that they would not have fucked in their 20s, right? So that basically it's like the second in line. Anyway, but let's say for example, what will she do first? She'll figure out your vulnerability, right? She'll throw different threads. She'll be like, she wants to see what draws the core of your identity. What do you believe about yourself that is so key that she's going to double down on, right? And generally, they'll see that from the way that you're engaged with whatever she throws at you. And then say, for example, you love being complimented on your looks, you love being complimented on your intelligence, you love being complimented on, I don't know, some part of your personality. and they'll double down, they'll triple down, right? But it has two purposes. One is intel for her to use, and then she feels that you matter. Like she feels that she matters to you, right? So that gives her a feeling of importance, right? But also what they'll do is they will want to look for easy targets, all right? So because they're more manipulable, right? And they're also very easy. They generally lack attention from other women. So it wouldn't be like, so when they feel that, for example, you're very dependent upon her attention, that's a subtle sign that you're not used to attention from women. So that means that she has less competition with other women. So therefore, she knows that you're a better prey. Then what she's going to do is she's going to find the insecurities that you have from the vulnerability that she managed to get out of you. Because say, for example, someone understands you very well, then you're more happy to open up to them. Then that person that you open up to, you'll put them at a higher position than the other ones. So right now, the fact that you expose yourself emotionally put her at a big advantage, at a big power, has big power play, right? And then she'll see that she has a big part in maneuvering your self-esteem, right? And how did she do that? Was through the love bombing.
Oh, because she figured out that she can make or ruin your day.
Exactly.
And now she has that amount of power over you. And now that's what we call when you're cooked.
That's halfway there.
Oh,
right?
No, she's not done. Okay.
She's not done.
All right.
And you know what? She's gonna do something that very few girls ever did for you. So that basically is gonna really make you feel even deeper that she's special. She's like, my God, not only basically she listened to me, she made me expose myself. She's not really like dig deep into me. I mean, she has not really made anything bad, but then she'll look at something that will mean so much to you, and then she'll go hot and cold. Then she'll go hot and cold. Then you start becoming anxious and everything. And then she starts to guilt trip you over the smallest of matters. And then she'll say, no, it's fine. Then it's going to be that constant loop of hot and cold to the point that it's only cold. And she'll get completely cold from the moment that she feels that you have no control whatsoever of yourself, and she has full control of you. So that's that's from the love bombing to the withdrawal.
How long does this process take? Like how long from start to finish?
Jeremy, on average, I would say like finger in the wind estimation, about 3 months.
And do most guys clock on, or are they just cooked?
The thing is, most guys have barely any attention from women. So therefore, when someone not only is not basically completely solipsistic, she's solipsistic, but she's way more manipulative and scheming than most girls. So therefore, they fucking think that they got the one, and they'd be like, oh yeah, that's amazing, that's great, etc., etc. But really, even for a guy that even have success, it's easy. You can easily fall into it because, say for example, you're looking for someone serious. You're like, holy shit, that's she's wife material. Well,
that's when you get the hoe with the Jesus cross and the flower dress. He actually has a really good AI, guys. It's actually so good. I've used it before. He sent me like a free thing, and it was like it helps you like overcome the women's shit tests. Is that the best way to describe it? I'm like, but it's really good actually. Go ahead.
Well, but you know you got to learn to know me, right? It was because of my Bumble chats, right?
Yeah.
And like obviously I was trolling a woman on Bumble, but afterwards I was like, actually I can actually use my I'm really lazy, so when I created with the help of my co-founder an AI that was look at all my good Bumble chats, not like the shit Bumble chat that I was just doing for fun and trolling women. And I was like, my God, I can actually save myself texting women by just using that retrieval system. Blah, blah. But then I also put like all of the knowledge that I have on every other aspects. When it comes to relationship, you find yourself in a crazy situation. or even just in a normal situation as part of your relationship, and then tell you the raw and filtered truth that none of the mainstream solutions gonna tell you, right? But a lot of time, it also stops guys from simping, because a lot of time guys simp by text and they don't even know it, and he will call you out for it. So yeah, without.
So do you have it run your Bumble now, your AI?
Sorry. Oh yeah, yeah. I mean,
I
from
think they're
scratch.
talking to you, and it just talks to an AI. That's awesome.
I mean, I
That's
just
awesome. It's
and
really
they, and
good.
that's
It's on WhatsApp, right? It's on
it's on WhatsApp, Telegram.
Yeah, so it just like plugs it in for you. So if you guys want it, could you put your Twitter? It's French OG, right?
Yeah, French OG3 at French OG3, and it's there's a direct link for a free trial. You get like 20 free message, and then you can make your opinion for yourself based on your situation.
Yeah, it's actually really good, guys. It's maybe I'll show you guys one day, but I was actually really impressed by the AI. So what manipulation tactics would you say is like? Oh, Doug MPA, do you want to tell him the 3 levels of gaslighting and see what he thinks?
Oh yeah, go on.
Doug
Okay, so
MPA came up with this. Go ahead.
yeah, so gaslighting is such a vacuous and nebulous term now, and women gaslight so much that we have to find a way to put levels to gaslighting or different terms inside of gaslighting. So we're tentatively going with level 1 gaslighting, level 2 gaslighting, and level 3 gaslighting. Starting with level 3, like level 3 is the top level where you get your kid DNA tested and you find out it's not yours, but she's still trying to tell you it's your kid and trying to shame you into like not believing what science says. So
Yeah.
that's level 3. That's the worst. Then like level 1 is like what was an example of level 1 again, Pearly?
Oh, here, let me pull it up. We were going through it. Level 1 is we never hooked up, but they didn't technically have sex, but she did some sort of oral.
Yeah,
I
or
hate him, but I really
yeah,
want to fuck him. Go ahead.
yeah, or you know, a woman will s- will sleep with a guy and blame it on the alcohol. They'll be like, "Oh yeah, I drank, I slept with him, but I drank a little much that night to remove herself from accountability." A level 2 would be the kind of gaslighting that women do like in divorce court or like when they leave a relationship, because on our channel we have what's called the female friendly version of the story, which is where they make themselves sound like the hero and the victim at the same time in the story. You know what I'm talking about. So that's like level 2 gaslighting. So level 3 would be trying to gaslight a DNA test. Level 2 would be lies in like divorce court, trying to make themselves look better when they were the demons in a relationship. And like level 1 is like basic kind of relationship gaslighting. So what do you think of that model there? And what would you put for level 1, level 2, level 3 gaslighting?
I'm taking notes. I'm ready.
All right. Okay. So, like, I mean, some level of gaslight is kind of like a bit harmless. Like, let's say call it level 1, where it's almost like she's unconscious, but just because she just want to deflect accountability, she just finds a way to put it back on you. So fair enough. So that is kind of like over, as you said, over a little relationship. It could be.
My body counts 3. It's like that level.
It's like,
Level 1.
it's like,
Go ahead.
yeah. I mean, body count. Yeah, we could put that in, but it's kind of like stuff that is not really, I would say, harmful as long as it's not, how do you call it, repetitive and over matters that really such as, for example, DNA test for fathers. So yeah, definitely makes sense, right? Then there can be the gaslighting to make herself look good, as you said, which is just or make herself the victim. Meaning by that, it's less so much about putting the blame on you rather than putting the blame away from her to some third, to some, let's say, circumstantial stuff. Because ask yourself always this: whenever a girl finds herself in a shitty situation, was she willingly and with agency exposing herself to? Because originally what she wants is to get herself to do that thing, and then she'll just find an excuse as to why she was out of control, right? So yeah, but I would say that yeah, it's worse than the level 1, makes sense. And then the third one is full bad faith, gaslighting, which means that it is purposely misleading you into thinking a certain thing, so that you get to make the wrong decision, right? Yeah, and you already see it very early on, in, like, let's say even in dating, like, the amount of girls that basically portray like like an image of themselves, that they're done, like they're kind of like they're not that type of girl. I can see, I can sense, and I can even qualify very quickly to know it's all bullshit. But they're all misleading you in order to get you to make the wrong decision or get the wrong idea. Like so many guys, for example, they'd be like, like looking at girls that will hold out on the first date and everything, especially past 30, right? And and really they're ranthful as fuck, and they don't have no fucking clue, but because they just think that, oh, a girl that sleeps on the first date is a hoe, it's like, you know what, there's as equal as chance that she's one even if she doesn't. So it's
Well,
like,
so I keep telling Pearly that we need to redefine. You can't just say that a woman is a whore because she slept with you on the first date, because you want to be the guy she sleeps with on the first date.
Well, she's giving you leverage off. It's like some men just want to self-destruct in a way. They're like, please don't give me leverage. She's like, here's the leverage. They're like, no, I can't have it. Let me give the state more leverage. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah. God.
but it's actually quite funny because I was chatting to a girl recently, right? Who had like a few dealings and everything, and she was telling me about a girl that that found herself a husband, and she was serial dating. and what she was doing, like 2 or 3 dates in a day, right? Like fucking crazy, like coffee here, coffee there, and then like dinner date or like whatever. And she went from sleeping with like guys on the first date to 5, 6, 7 days after 5, 6, 7 dates. But what was the funny bit was a couple of times she found herself with a guy that she made him wait for like the 6 or 7 date, but he was so shit that afterwards, she didn't want to see him, but it was so obvious that it was about the sex. And the girl I was seeing was just saying to her, like, so imagine you basically wasted fucking 6 days to know that he was shit in bed. Like, you both wasted your time. And she was nowhere near a good girl, that girl that was basically making 6, 7 dates wait. So really, I'll give you a
Some
short.
men are like begging to be fooled.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like some men, it's like they want to take an L on some sub-psychological level. I can't describe it, but it's like every time a guy tells me his wife is different, I'm like, okay. I'm like, no. I'm like, let's explore this. When did you meet her? Oh, so you didn't know her in high school. You didn't know her in college. Oh, she just moved? And I'm like, come on, guys. Like, come on. Sorry, go on.
No, but I've got a good insight for guys in order to know how experienced she is.
Okay, go ahead.
So normally, like when you bring a girl back, right? Like whenever time, you'll deal with a lot of, oh, no, we can't do this tonight. Oh, like do all the bullshit, like like pretending that like, are we gonna do this type of stuff? So all that false plausible deniability, or even something called last minute resistance, kind of like she just say no just so that it doesn't appear it's too easy type of stuff. When she says no, look at how confident she says no. Is she awkward, or she does that with like a strong confidence? Because the girl that do that with a lot of confidence, they've been there way many times for her not to feel awkward about shutting down a guy when they're, let's say, in the right vicinity to operate. The girl that is a bit awkward and everything has not found herself in that situation that much. And that's something that I've noticed, and I was discussing that with other guys, and it's like, it's so fucking like such a great indicator. But also, if you want to look at as well, like if you want to kind of like get an idea of how high her body count is, whatever, look at how long she's been single, look at how high is her sex drive, and look at how long, what do you call it? So how high is her sex drive, how long she's been single, and always ask different question about, like just you lead the information. You say, for example, you talk about what you've done, show that to her that you're not that. You really don't care. You really don't care, right? Like about your, about body count, and you're not judgmental. And then she'll tell you about different stories, and then you start, collating the information. Then you can get a good ballpark idea of where it's at.
How many bodies do you calculate for every year she's single?
Oh my God. I mean, I did econometrics at school. I never thought I would actually use that. But anyway, um, just for me, I'll just say one every 2 months. Like if she's been single on average, I'd say one every 2 months. If for like say a period of singledom, like let's say of 2 years, and
Actually, a lot of the PUAs say that. Yeah, one
oh
every
really?
two. That
I
that's
didn't.
that's not the first time I've heard that. One every 2 months.
Oh, but yeah. I mean, you see, I didn't even know that most of the PUA said that. It goes to show, right?
I've heard it before.
But yeah, and also another key indicator for me, and the more, I mean, the thing is, it's like it's not as good an indicator, but the more introverted she is, the less likely she's going to have one, right? But dating apps makes it easier for introverted people, but still. However, I'll tell you something, and that's something the best girl game she has, like how good of a game she has, the higher likeliness she has a high body count.
Yeah, yeah. The more charming she is.
But to be honest, I'll tell you, it's like a lot of time girls don't have a high body count because they don't like sex that much. So it's like you go to a girl, then you're like, yeah, great, she has no body count. Then you end up in a dead bedroom because you decide to go for a girl that doesn't like sex.
Do you know what? I know a guy in London. There was a guy who waited till he was married, and that's what he found out. His wife just had a very low sex drive, and so then he married her, and then she like did not want to have sex with him. Like she did it like once, and then she just wouldn't want to do it again. So
Yeah.
it's kind of like a roll of the dice, but that was a good one. The awkward with the no. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And by the way, I just want to say to Doug, I think that's actually really good, like those 3 level of gaslight, kind of like good faith, bad faith, and kind of like deflecting accountability.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. The level 3 is because there's some level of lying we just kind of do subconsciously, but level 3 is you are lying, you're purposely doing it, and you are making the wrong decision. Yeah.
The thing about female manipulation is guys will be manipulated and think that they're they're satisfying that women's need to manipulate, but that never goes away, like ever.
Yeah. The thing is, a lot of time women just want control.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Do you think that have you ever been in a relationship where a woman did not use any of the manipulation tactics?
I mean, to be honest, it's like to me, the thing is, my view on manipulation is not black and white.
Okay.
It's because it's natural for each and every one of us to manipulate, but sometimes with a good intention, sometimes with bad intention, sometimes we're just not even aware, as you were saying,
Yeah.
right? So for me, the way I look at girl, whenever I deal with a girl, all I look at is she of good faith, is she of bad faith? Because people will draw and think that actions will tell everything, but if you don't know where the action is coming from, you don't know whether she's stupid or whether she is really mean.
Yeah.
So it's about like I don't look at, oh my gosh, she's manipulating. It's like I think that manipulation is part of it's part of human interactions. So it's like if you think that you want a girl that never manipulates you, well, you're never gonna find one. You're never gonna find one. Even seduction is manipulation.
That's what I always try to reiterate is women are women. I don't care if you're in Africa, Asia, London. I mean, you're in London. You see the international range of the women that come here or come there. I'm not there anymore.
Yeah.
But it's just there's no way around it. Women are women, even in different time periods. There was like books written about women's manipulation in 1900. You know, yeah, go ahead.
But even guys manipulate, but they don't even know. Like for example, when a guy is doing nice things to a girl, that's his way of trying to manipulate her to do what he wants her to do.
Yeah.
Like you're in a relationship, the guy doesn't get any sex, and then he's trying to basically, be nicer in order to get the sex. Well, that's poor manipulation first, and second, it's still manipulation.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Well, Doug MP, you got any other questions for him?
No, we'll have to. We're gonna cover all sorts of different topics like this, so we need to call in because you hit on a lot of good things
Yeah.
and just right to the point, man. Oh my goodness. Thanks for calling in.
Yeah,
This has been great.
his Twitter's really good. I'm telling you guys, you really should check out that AI.
What is it again? What is it?
So it's called Ask Chad AI.
But where can they get it? It's in your Twitter bio, or where?
So it's on my bio. It's on my bio. So technically, so look, you can get straight to the website. I mean, look, I can send you the website. You can put in your video description. It's ask-shad.ai.
Can you put it in the private chat and then?
Okay. Give me a sec.
And then I'll put it in the YouTube chat.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
I'm telling you, this AI is so funny. Like that. I just remember I was asking it questions, and it was like, don't send that. It was so funny. Like I wish I could, because this was like a month or so ago, but I just remember I was asking it questions, and I was like cracking up.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you even call, like, I had a client, he called him like a fucking weak ass bitch, and he was like, what? I made the AI exactly.
He paid you for your AI to call him a weak ass bitch.
All right, so hold on. I see that there's this chat. Call me a fucking boomer, but like, give me a sec. There's this chat message to everyone. No. So how do I get? You know what? Where can I send it? Hold on. I see Pearl Davis meeting. Okay, fine. Hold on. Let's see.
Yeah, if you click on the little chat thing, yeah. Okay, I get it.
Doug and Pia, would you mind putting it in like the description or comment section, one or the other?
Yeah, I'll do that. So.
But yeah, guys, follow him on Twitter. He's got some good tweets.
I'm being shadow banned, so my posts don't really get much.
Can you put your Twitter in the private chat too?
Oh,
I'll
here.
put them both.
I got it. Yeah, I got it for you. Yeah.
Okay, I got it.
Well, thank you, Pearl.
Yeah, thanks for coming on. Come on anytime, all right?
Perfect. Well, look, whenever there's a subject, let me know. I'll just pop in, and happy to meet you, Doug, and really nice gaslight breakdown.
All right, we'll see ya.
Yeah.
Good talking to you, buddy. What a great guest. That
Yeah.
was great.
No, I'm telling you, there's some of the best people on Twitter. Because I really enjoy the different PUAs. Like I love the stories. I just am very entertained by them. So sometimes I'll tell him to call in. Go ahead.
So he's French, but he lives in the UK.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
I'm putting it in the chat, and then after the show, I'll put it in the description too. I'll put his.
Well, this was a fun show. Did you have fun? I had fun today.
Yeah, and I'm interested to see where this music thing goes, because you're doing really good at the beginning. It's really good, especially for off the top of the dome. Good job.
Yeah, I kind of want to start the show where maybe one day we'll all write a hit song together, where they give me like words and I can just write it, because I really enjoy doing that. It's fun. Okay, guys, make sure you like the video. Thanks, Doug and Pia. You got any final thoughts?
Guys, you just, in my opinion, the best way to avoid female gaslighting manipulation is just no until proven otherwise. Just say no. You got one of the best things as a man you can do, because men, we accumulate monetary. We accumulate things for the sake of others because men are benevolent. But when you're dealing with women and manipulation and gaslighting, just learn how to say no early on. Whatever she wants, just say no and just keep all your stuff to yourself until proven otherwise. So that's how I get around female manipulation. Just say no. Nope.
And then if they're crazy, they'll crash out. Like the video, guys. Subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you